Fartcoin just lost 5.5% in 24 hours. Traders are watching one critical level like hawks. Break it, and we're looking at a potential 1,000% rally to $4. Lose it, and we're revisiting all-time lows at 19 cents. The next 72 hours could determine whether early holders become millionaires or get absolutely wrecked. And the technical pattern forming right now. It's the same setup we saw before Bitcoin's 2020 bull run. Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, smash that button now because we're covering the exact meme coins and altcoins that could 10 times your portfolio before the next halving cycle. Today we're diving deep into Fartcoin. Yes, you heard that right. And why this ridiculous name might be attached to the most serious technical breakout of Q4. Drop a like if you want more memcoin alpha, and let's get into it. Fartcoin is sitting at 36 cents right now with a market cap of $361 million. Now before you laugh at the name, understand this, it's pushing $500 million in 24-hour volume. That's more liquidity than dozens of serious Layer 1 projects. This isn't some rug pull waiting to happen. Real money is moving through this asset, and the smart money is positioning quietly, while retail traders are still giggling at the ticker symbol. According to prominent crypto analyst CryptoTXG, Fartcoin just held a crucial support level at 35 cents after losing its previous accumulation zone. Translation? The floor just got tested, and it didn't collapse. That's the first sign institutional players might be defending this level. When you see support hold during a bloodbath, you pay attention. But here's where things get spicy. Analysts are saying if Fartcoin breaks through 60 cents decisively, we could see a violent move upward. That's a 65% pump just to confirm the breakout. And once that confirmation hits, the targets start getting ridiculous. We're talking $2 to $4 range. That's a 550% to 1,000% gain from current prices. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another meme-coin Moonboy prediction. But hold on. The pattern forming on Fartcoin's chart right now is textbook Wyckoff reaccumulation. For those who don't know, that's the same bottom formation pattern that preceded massive rallies in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Dogecoin before its legendary run. Wyckoff phases don't lie. They're accumulation blueprints used by whales to quietly load bags before retail catches on. The chart is currently in what analysts call the spring zone. This is where price dips one final time to shake out weak hands before the real move begins. If you've ever sold the bottom and watched your coin 10 times without you, congratulations, you got springed. The question now is whether Fartcoin successfully completes this spring or fakes everyone out. My take, the technical setup is legitimate, but timing is everything. The fact that 35 cents held during this recent dump tells me there's real demand at these levels. Buyers aren't panicking, they're accumulating. When price gets this quiet after a violent sell-off, it's usually because smart money is scooping up supply before the next leg up. But there's a catch. If Fartcoin loses that 35-cent support, we're looking at a swift drop to 19 cents, a full retest of all-time lows. That's a 45% haircut from here, so this isn't a buy-and-forget situation. This is a watch the charts like your rent depends on a trade. The risk-reward is insane if you're right, but the downside is brutal if you're wrong. Now let's talk derivatives because this is where things get really interesting. Fartcoin's futures volume dropped 17% this past week and open interest fell nearly 13%. That might sound bearish, but think about it differently. Lower leverage and declining open interest mean over-leveraged longs just got liquidated. The market flushed out the tourists. What's left? Patient capital waiting for confirmation. According to data from CoinGlass, the OI-weighted funding rate is sitting at 0.0050%. That's basically nothing. No one's taking aggressive leverage positions right now. Speculators are sitting on their hands, and historically when leverage dries up after a correction, it creates the perfect environment for a clean breakout without immediate resistance from shorts or overextended longs. Alright, so here's my expert read on this situation. Fartcoin is in no man's land right now. It's honestly too early to confirm the Wyckoff pattern, but it's also too late to just ignore the setup. If you're risk-averse, you wait for the 60-cent breakout and basically sacrifice the first 65% of gains just for confirmation. But if you're more aggressive, you could accumulate around 35 cents, set a tight stop loss at 30 cents, and bet on the spring completing successfully. The derivatives market cooling off is actually bullish medium term. It means the next move won't be driven by over-leveraged degen traders. It'll be driven by actual spot buying. And spot-driven rallies, those are the ones that last. Those are the ones that go parabolic without immediate pullbacks. What's also interesting is the market cap. At $361 million, Fartcoin is still relatively small in the memecoin ecosystem. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu are multi-billion-dollar assets. If Fartcoin captures even 10% of that attention during the next meme coin season, we're not talking about $4, we're talking about $10 or higher. The upside potential here is asymmetric in the best way possible. But let's be real, this is a memecoin. Fundamentals don't exist. There's no revolutionary technology here, no groundbreaking use case, just vibes, liquidity, and technical patterns. And sometimes, that's all you need in crypto. The market doesn't care about your white paper when momentum takes over. So what's the play? Watch that 35-cent support like your portfolio depends on it, because it does. If it holds and price starts curling upward towards 60 cents, that's your signal. If it breaks down, walk away and wait for 19 cents. This isn't a coin you marry. This is a trade you execute with precision. If you enjoyed this breakdown, check out my other videos on top altcoins about to explode. And if you want daily crypto updates, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm posting alpha that could genuinely change your portfolio's trajectory. Don't sleep on these setups just because the name sounds ridiculous. Sometimes the best trades are the ones everyone's too embarrassed to talk about. As always, this is not financial advice. Cryptocurrency is extremely volatile and risky. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Do your own research, manage your risk, and trade responsibly. See you in the next one.